Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Experience podcast, inside the business, buzz, and brilliance of Black entrepreneurs. Here is your host, Dr. Frances Richards.
What happens in Vegas goes all over the world on Black Entrepreneur Experience, episode number 109. Thank you for joining us as we elevate the Black entrepreneur experience by interviewing CEOs, thought leaders, innovative thinkers, and Black entrepreneurs across the globe. I'm your host, Dr. Frances Richards. There are so many ways for us to introduce our next guest, an innovative entrepreneur, seven-figure earner, 3 generations of entrepreneurs in her family, philanthropist, founder of Atiras International Coaching Academy. The one thing that really resonates with us is the fact that her ability to help those from the bottom up and not burn people from the top down. Welcome, Sarita Pittman, the Lady Wealth Builder.
Awesome. Thank you so much for giving me this amazing opportunity and allowing me to grace your platform. I appreciate this so very much, and I'm honored again to be here with you.
Well, we are so humbly honored to have you. And you know, I've given our audience such a brief bio about you. Why don't you share with us what you'd like us to know about you and your business?
Well, again, thank you. But my name is Sarita Pittman, as you have already stated, but I'm a longtime entrepreneur. I grew up in the beauty industry. I started in middle school doing hair in my parents' home, and then I transitioned into being a much more professional individual. Graduated high school a year early, went directly into trade school, graduated with nail technology and cosmetology licensing, and just moved forward and took my career even further by going to holistic healthcare practitioners, aesthetic school, massage therapy, everything that you can think about when it comes to health and wellness of a person. I dove all the way in. I dove in head first. And I love that because that's what led me into doing what I do now, because behind the chair, I was essentially a life coach, which took me into becoming a life coach, which then took me into becoming a master coach that led me into being an educator of coaches. So I'm just honored. I love talking to people, and I love just making sure that we put our best foot forward to have our very best version of ourselves displayed.
Tell us, how did you get on that journey of life coaching? We hear so much about life coaches, and I know that field has really exploded over the last decade or so. Why don't you talk about your experience and how did you get into life coaching?
Originally, I got into life coaching because I would do someone's fingernails, or I would do a massage or a facial. I just built that client relationship with my clients that it went beyond just the service. We began to talk about different things, different components of their lives and their businesses. And, they got to grow with me. A lot of my clients came with me from the time I graduated technology school, the trade school, all the way up until I retired from the beauty industry. So we grew together. So that inspired them to talk to me and ask questions. And I said, okay, I need to equip myself, because some of the questions that they would ask me were deeper than what I can answer. So I would refer them to therapists and counselors and pastors and different things like that. And someone said, you ever thought about becoming a life coach? Because you just have that gifting. You're already doing it. So I said, well, let me qualify what I'm already doing so I can do it so I won't hurt anyone. So essentially, it just started for me being a great person. I have to brag a little bit, but being a person that was excited and concerned about the whole being of my client. So it just stemmed for me doing their services and transcended into me being a life coach that way.
What was that aha moment that you knew your business was going to be successful?
When I got tired of it not being successful. When I looked at my budget and said, you know what? I have to do more than just go by my emotions. I can't get caught up in the sensationalism of business. I needed to learn how to have processes, procedures, systems, and I wanted to get better because I was extremely busy but wasn't extremely profitable. So when I saw my W-2 one time and I saw that I was working and I earned about $98,000 before commissions were taken out. And when I got it, it was $42,000 before taxes. And then after taxes, it was like $37,000. I knew that I wanted more, but I didn't know how to get there. So I just had to sit down and say, that was my light bulb moment. I need to learn how to position myself so I can have a sustained increase. So that was my light bulb moment.
And what was your journey to find out how to put those processes in place to get more?
Well, with my personality, naturally, I don't accredit it to just something that I know how to do. With my natural bend, I attract people of the upper echelon, the higher income earners, for just some reason. I don't know if it's because I'm extremely picky and anal or they are. I don't know. But I just would attract those kinds of people, which meant I had attorneys and doctors and lawyers and accountants and politicians and different things like that and diplomats in my clientele. So not only was I positioned to learn, but I had to take advantage of learning. So I would take it upon myself and say, you know what? I want to have a better system. Can you help me? And because we had created that rapport, built that rapport with one another, they would help me for free. They were just like, no, I see your potential. Let me help you put this system in place. So in return, it helped me. In turn, it would help me. And so that's how it started. Just me reaching back into the people that I already were connected to and knew that they were the person of the source that I can connect with.
Give us some advice you wish you had followed.
How long do we have?
We have as long as you want, Sarita.
Oh, man. Keep God in everything. Seek Him first. Seek Him first. And don't rush the process. Don't rush it. So those are two things that I would definitely say that I wish I would have learned to hold on to and follow quicker, because I made decisions on my own volition, my own will, and it cost me. It cost me, it was a greater expense than I was willing to pay, but I learned from it. So now I have the ability to tell people that my mistakes are their lesson. But definitely do not rush the process. Make sure that you have a solid foundation, because you will get enticed. People will see you building and see your ambition, and they will encourage you to go a little faster than you know that you're able to maintain. And I did that before. But now no one can pump me up to make me accelerate faster than I'm able to sustain. So, I'm just thankful for I learned that. But seek God first, put Him in every decision, allow His will to be your guide, and secondly, do not rush the process.
What is the biggest challenge for you being an entrepreneur?
Delegating with trust. That is a big struggle, because especially if you're building a brand and people like you, they want you throughout the experience because that's what they sign up for. But you have to understand that as you grow, you can't be everywhere and do everything all at once. You just can't. So you have to figure out, what can I do? What component of my business do I need to be hands-on and touching, and delegate the rest. So when you delegate, you have to ensure yourself, you have to talk to yourself and say, you know what, with me delegating, it's going to get done. It may not be perfect, but I don't want to burn myself out in the process. So that's one of my biggest struggles, is delegating with trust.
What's a daily or a weekly habit that you do consistently that has given you the greatest success, Sarita?
Mapping my day, making sure that I tackle those things first that have to get done. A lot of times we tell people, go in reverse, do those things that are quick and easy to knock out the way. But I've learned that with me personally, if I start with those little tasks, it'll be more and more little tasks that I have to do. And those major tasks that have to get knocked out first get put on the back burner. So I map my day, and it's a principle in a way that I teach my graduates and students and clients as well, that I start off with those big, mean green tasks that I need to go ahead and punch out. And once I get those done, even if those little things don't get done, I have made a massive amount of success or progress in my day. So that's my biggest thing that I do every day, is map my day and start that way.
How do you include your personal life, family life with your business life?
I make sure that my home is my first ministry. It is balanced. So with me, it's God, then myself, then my husband, then my child, and then my home. And I guard my peace, I guard my purpose, and I guard my priorities extremely. I'm like the big bad wolf. I'm like the mama cub, the grizzly, because it's about balancing. And I've been in a state of not being balanced before. So I just make sure that if it's out of order, I can't function. So with me, I make sure that I'm the CEO of my home first, and I take care of home first, because at the end of the day, that's where I have to come back to. So if that's chaotic, it will bleed over into my business. So I make sure that I accomplish those things first. I don't get it right. I'm not perfect. I don't do it great every single day, but that's my top priority. So that's how I operate, and that's how I bring my personal life and my professional life together.
What is a technology tool or technology platform that is a must-have for you in managing your business day to day?
Accounting software. Accounting software is the number one thing. Another number one, and I don't know if I can have two number ones, but booking, scheduling software like Acuity or Calendly or anything like that, something that can keep my calendar consistently booked and efficiently booked without me having to be there to do it all the time. So I can easily send a link, someone gets on my book, it automatically sends a confirmation, those kind of things. So automating my business and automating your business too is what we teach in one of our sessions in our program, to make sure that you focus on the money generating tasks and automate those other things that will help you have more of those money generating tasks. So that accounting and QuickBooks software, something like that, Calendly, Acuity, those kind of things that really help me stay booked, but without being overworked and burned out.
Now, is the Academy online or is it brick and mortar?
It's online. We have virtual sessions. So we have students from all around the world, from several different countries, and it's online. So you just come in, you log in. You can log in from your smartphone, from your tablet, from your iPhone, your iPad, whatever smart device that you have. You can just come through and sit in the class virtually. It's offered at an extremely convenient time because we have professionals, and it's offered at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because it is convenient, and it positions us to be able to reach a wider range of people and professionals that have already got their major tasks done, and that's why we offer it virtually.
Now, if so, tell us more about the Academy. How often can they sign up? Tell us if they want information about the Academy. Just talk about your Academy.
Well, thank you again for giving me such an amazing opportunity to share what we do and how our program helps. So our program is an 8-week ICF accredited coaching certification program. So that means any person that is serious about career training, they want to be a coach, they have a passion to launch an amazing movement, they want to be a person that has a purpose-centered business, those individuals come through our program and get affordable education. There was a problem in the marketplace. There is such an astronomically high price tag on many of the coaching certification programs that are out now, that when you come through the program, by the time you're done with the program, you're left in the negative and you don't have money to pour back into your business to implement the strategies and the things that you learn. And oftentimes the business component is missing. So our program, it gives you a solid foundation, the psychology side of it, the business side of it, the processes, the procedures, the legal side of it, and you come through and you're positioned to move to your next stage in coaching. So our program is 8 weeks, it's affordable, it's convenient, at night, offered at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday evening. And not only that, you can enroll at any time. So our next session begins next Tuesday, which is January 8th, I believe. Coming up is January 8th. And after that, every 8 weeks, we start a new program. But throughout those 8 weeks, people enroll constantly. We have people enrolling every single day to make sure they secure their virtual seat in our classroom.
And that's what I was going to say. So like, say for instance, if someone came through and after they heard the broadcast and it's after January 8th, but they enrolled, say, January 22nd, they wouldn't officially start till that January 8th class finished. Is that correct?
Absolutely. But they'll secure their seat. And we say secure your seat as quickly and as soon as you make the decision to get in the class. Because we don't want thousands of people in our classrooms virtually. We do it in a way. Now, we have a lot of people in our classroom, but it's not thousands. You know, we do it in a way that you have an opportunity to talk and interact because it's live. So the virtual classrooms afford you the opportunity to connect with people from all around the world and talk. We have people that are multi seven-figure earners, all the way down to startup entrepreneurs. So while we're talking and while you're learning, you have an opportunity to cross-pollinate and connect with someone that can help build your business, build your brand. But that's why we want you to secure your seat as quickly as possible. So it doesn't matter if you've already missed that initial class time of that month. By the next 8 weeks, the classrooms are going to be full. So we recommend that you constantly enroll.
What have you not done in life that you dream about often?
What have I not done in life that I dream about often? Now you're making me ponder now. I really don't have anything that I have not done in life. God has just been so good to me, seriously, that I have everything that I ever thought I wanted years ago has happened for me. So now my focus right now is how can I around and help someone else get on the other side. Honestly, like if nothing else good happens for me the rest of my life, I am just so grateful for how my life is transitioned in the position that I'm in, that it's all about me. So I would say I dream about helping more people, educating more people, and helping them live their absolute very best life. So I guess that's my answer. That's what I dream about on a constant basis, that I haven't helped enough people, that I haven't educated enough people, and I haven't impacted enough people. So I always want to do that on a greater and greater scale.
So, Sarita, besides running the academy, are you still personally life coaching, or are you just on the administrative side now?
Well, I do have some clients that are like my super VIP clients that I coach, but we also have a leadership component of our academy, because our academy is worldwide and we host events, and we actually are launching a new component of the academy, which is the Get Coached Up Society. So we have chapter leaders, and the chapter leaders and the AIPs, which are Atiras Impact Partners. These are leaders and executives and business owners and professionals that are already leading at a high level. So when they come on board and become part of our leadership team, they host events for us, and then we promote their brand, and it's vice versa. But when we do that, I coach them at the same time. So, I still coach and I'm still hands-on, because that's my mojo. When I connect with people and talk to people, I just say that's my sweet spot. So I still coach. Yes, ma'am.
Now, once they go through the 8 weeks program, then for them to be considered a certified coach, what are the steps after that?
Well, when you come through our program and you complete all the prerequisites, you do everything that you're supposed to do, and once you get your diploma, you're a board certified professional coach. That's it. You come through the program, you do the requirements, you participate and get all those things done, you're certified.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
What is your biggest achievement so far in your business?
Getting out of my own way. That's my biggest accomplishment. Making sure that I understand that I can flow in my gifts, not being intimidated by anyone else's gift, being open to learn and constantly grow. So the number one achievement, accomplishment that I can say that I've had in my business is getting out of my own way and making sure that I apply what I teach. I am my first client every single day. So that's what my biggest accomplishment is.
And Sarita, you talked about learning and successful entrepreneurs, and you have this pool of just amazing entrepreneur and business owners in your network. We can learn from successful entrepreneurs or brands. Tell us a brand or a business that is dominating or you admire, and why.
Well, I'm married to a car dealer, right? So I love Subaru. I absolutely love Subaru. We have a Subaru dealership, but I love Subaru because I've been afforded the opportunities to be on their stages and different things like that. But Subaru grew slow. They grew slow, and they have one of the number one safety ratings out of all vehicles, right? So they came up, nobody thought they were competition, just just a little car, whatever. And the premise behind their success that they preach, and I love it because it's something that I've adopted and believe in as well, is that they don't compete against anyone. Only thing they do is focus on improving their processes, improving their product, and making sure that their clients are satisfied. And when they have dissatisfied clients, they do their very best to go back and extend an olive branch to make sure that they did everything that they could possibly do to let the people know that we're dissatisfied, that they apologize, that that's not their goal. It's always their goal to be professional and let their clients have a great reputation. So I would say Subaru and Chick-fil-A. Those are two brands that I admire very much.
And why Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A is because you know what you're going to get. You know the price that it's going to be. I don't see them having a whole lot of sales, even though I tell people, I do preach, never be too big for a sale, because everyone is not Chick-fil-A, but you know what you're going to get. You know that their customer service is going to be important to them, so you're going to appreciate the process. And even though you may have to wait in line a little longer, you know that your food is going to be hot. So, it's a repeatable system that you can pretty much expect the same, no matter where you go, you expect the same thing. And that's a philosophy that I say, when you're in leadership, leaders should be birthing leaders, coaches should be birthing coaches, and any person in leadership should be duplicating themselves to some degree. So that's what I teach in our classes, in our leadership side of our AIP program, that it doesn't matter where a person goes, they should have a great experience if you're representing Atiras. So that's what I pride myself on. I love those two brands, again, Subaru and Chick-fil-A.
What's working well for you now in your business?
Seriously coaching and focusing on my true niche. I am a person that I'm called to leaders. I'm called to tribal leaders, that people that have mind for a massive movement, pastors, preachers, all of those people that are connected to large tribes, people that stand on large stages, people that have a clear understanding of who they are and they're serving the masses. That's who I'm called to. My gifting is just there. So being so niche specific and really flowing in what my genius is and 100% standing on that is 100% working for me in business.
So where do you see the industry going in coaching? Where do you see that's the future for that?
I see it being much more regulated because a lot of people are putting the title of coach in front of their name and they're not certified. I see that, not only is it going to be regulated, that more and more people are asking for your credentials now. So, it used to be who you knew. Now there's still a lot of that, but now we need to not only know who you know, we need to know what you know. And did what you know come from an accredited school or something like that, something that can be trusted? So I see it being much more regulated, and I see more and more people asking for the credentials to not only so you can say that you're a coach, not just have the title, but have you actually certified where you're qualified.
What is something that we should know about your industry that we don't know?
That is extremely competitive, and that this virtual space of business, you have to be very careful because people have mastered their marketing messages in such a way that you'll buy into the marketing message. And then when you get on the other side of it, you realize that it's all it was a marketing message. So if you're going to hire a coach, make sure you do your due diligence, perform your due diligence, research them, ask for testimonials, connect with people that they've serviced. Just do your homework because once you pay a coach, you are satisfied with service. Yes, service, you have recourse, a legal route to get your money back and complain about the service, but you don't want to do that. So if you can avoid that in any way, research a coach. As a coach, make sure that you brand something that's authentic. Do not build a brand that's inauthentic. Google is real. People fact check now. And at some point, if you are found out and you break the people's trust, earning that trust and rebuilding your reputation is so difficult. So you don't ever want to come out and say that you're something that you're not. Just be yourself, and that will attract your perfect customer.
So who are your top 2 influencers in life, and what lessons do they teach you, Sarita?
Well, my top 2 influencers, I have 3. I would say my parents and my grandmother. My parents, I saw them work ethic was amazing. I never saw my dad take a day off of work until he lost his mom, which spoke volumes to me. I saw him start at a lower level position with his company, and by the time he retired, he was a director of almost the entire division of his company. My mom, she got laid off from a job twice, the same job. She was in accounting with this big firm, and she got laid off twice. And the first time she got laid off, she started a daycare, and then they called her back. She shut it down. Okay, went back to work. That second time that she got laid off, she was like, this is it. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. That way I can't get laid off again. So I saw her get up every single day. She worked for herself, and she didn't have anyone telling her to go to work. She didn't have anyone saying, this is what you have to do for this paycheck. She had an inner alarm clock that made her get up because she was focused and had a mission and had a vision. So I saw that. Then I saw my grandmother. She was a self-made millionaire, if you will. There's really not such a thing, no such thing, but she used what she had to win, so she didn't have, I like to say that she was Batman, she didn't have any superpowers. She just took what she had, was able to make money and amass wealth. But I also saw her lose it. So she inspired me to get it, but seeing her lose it inspired me to maintain it. Those are the people that have influenced in my life.
And what type of business did your grandmother start?
Wow, she had a nightclub. She had a home health facility. She was a sitter in people's home that did sit-in health. She had a restaurant. She had a ministry. She had so many things. She would also be a person. She was like a liaison. She had such an electric personality and such charisma that she would connect with lawyers and just had an amazing network. So when people needed something, they would contact her, and it was almost like back then she had her own built-in business directory. So, she was just a person. She was the queen of the CB club, so she just did any and everything that she wanted to do. And so she was unafraid. Now, of course, she got there, not always in a good way. She had a tumultuous relationship that she had to go through in domestic violence. And she said once she got out of that, She said nothing will hold her back, nothing. So, that inspired me. So she had so many, she was what is it called? A serial entrepreneur. That's what she was.
And what type of business did she start? I know you said the daycare, but the next time, did she open another daycare or something different?
It was a daycare again. She opened up a home daycare and she closed in a component of our house, and her daycare was huge. So, when I got home from school, she was there, which was not always fun for the kids, but she was there. She was able to serve and have a great job and work from home and service her community. And it was just amazing because I saw that she said, not again. You're not going to be in control of my destiny. You're not going to shut me down. I have an ability, a skill, and a genius, and I'm going to work in it.
That's some great advice. So if someone wrote a book about you today, what would we learn about you that we don't know, Sarita?
My book would be like a cookbook. I've been thinking about this, but it would be like that, because I want people to understand that you have to write your own recipe for success. So you will learn about me that I don't tell anyone this is how you do it, 1, 2, 3. I lead you, I guide you, and you will know about me that you don't know now is that I believe that you can do it, but I always ask, do you believe you can do it? And not only do you believe if you can do it, would you position yourself to do it? Because there have been some things in my life that I believed I could do and wanted to do, but I didn't do what it took to get there. So that would be the sharing component that people wouldn't know about me. They would know about the things that I wanted to do and didn't position myself to get them done. That would be it.
What is one problem in the world that you'd like to solve?
Poverty, definitely poverty. And poverty is a mindset. So if I can have a tool or build a community or a tribe that could just demolish the poverty mindset, it would be amazing. That would be it, poverty and just the poverty mindset, because that just bleeds over and stems and stretches into so many different areas and components and arenas that would be the one thing is demolish, abolish, whatever you want to say, get rid of poverty.
Now, do you find that poverty mindset is more prevalent in one community versus another?
I believe it depends on the community that you're in. I will honestly say this, with my lifestyle, I've traveled everywhere and been around every culture, every demographic, every nationality, and poverty is everywhere. When we are just in a certain specific demographic or zip code or whatever, we see that. So that's what we focus on. And, with the marketplace and the news and everything else, they show what they want us to see. So if that's all you're exposed to, that's what you believe is true. But poverty is everywhere and it's rampant. So I would say it's just in the human race. A poverty mindset, and we have it, even though we may have, cars and shoes and belts and buildings, many of us still have poverty mindset. So, I wouldn't say that it's attributed to one demographic or one culture or one race more than the other, because I've seen it everywhere.
So talk about your legacy. When it's all said and done, how do you want to be remembered?
That I help people. When I left you better off than I found you. Simple, and that's it.
Tell us
Simple.
A song title that would best describe you or your brand.
Real, authentic, genuine, but that's what I would say. Real, authentic, and relatable.
What milestone do you want to accomplish for your business over the next couple of years?
Over the next couple of years, I would like to successfully certify 10,000 coaches and help out of those 10,000 coaches, have at least 20% of them take their business to the very best level possible. That would be my big milestone. See, 20% of that 10%, of that 10,000, just blow the roof off of their careers.
So what do you do, Sarita, when you hit a bump in the road? How do you adjust and reset?
I pause. I do a thing, I call it a 90-day audit. I audit my processes every 90 days, and I said, this worked, this didn't work. So I figure out, look at what components did work, and I just move forward, and I'll pause at 90 days again and say, okay, this worked, that didn't work, so let's move forward with that. So if I hit a bump in the road, I know that I don't just need to go ahead and just change everything quickly. So I do incremental changes and I do 90-day audit, because a lot of times it's not the entire process that's broken. It's just a small piece. So if we just tear up the whole process, we mess up everything. So go back and find your hole, plug that hole, and move forward.
You've been on this entrepreneurial journey for quite some time. Can you share with us a story about that worst moment in business and what was your takeaway?
My worst moment in business. My very worst moment in business was a day that I lost almost six figures. I had called off a relationship. I was just in a different place. And I knew that my life was being transitioned to a greater level, but I didn't feel like that at all. And that very moment, I had built up this great clientele. And that very moment, my clientele it just disappeared like a magic show. Like it was a hologram. And suddenly everything was just out of order. And I remember saying, this cannot be my life. This cannot be my story. But there was a piece that I had in the very worst place that I ever was emotionally, financially, mentally, spiritually, that I felt like I was going through that so I would know what not to do. So I learned how to monetize my way to millions, which is what I teach now. So the very place that I thought it was my absolute worst was preparing me for what I'm able to do now effortlessly. So, I look back at it and I thought it was my worst moment. I thought I was going to lose my mind. I didn't want to hear encouragement. I didn't want anything. Looking back at that moment, it was preparing me, it was refining me, and it didn't define me. It refined me and positioned me to be who I am today. So I would say it's like a catch-22. It was my very worst time, but it was also a time that I was able to focus and get centered and get grounded and really hone in on my purpose.
There's a statistic that I'm going to quote, Sarita, and I want you to talk about it because it's similar to the six figures you talked about. So there's a statistic that says that when an African American starts a business, if they make $50,000, a counterpart, like Caucasian business owner, if she starts, she'll make $162,000. And then her counterpart, a Caucasian male, will make $262,000. Why do you think that's so?
It's access and it's systemic. When you have access to different things, different things, you understand that, what you thought was true may not necessarily be true, and you have exposure to different things. And a lot of it comes to the lack of exposure, and we don't know certain things. Certain things are kept from us. Certain opportunities aren't even afforded to us, So I would honestly say that some of it is 100% deliberate and intentional. And another component of that is that many of us don't, I teach something, I have a speaking topic called Get Your Ask Up. Many of us don't get our ask up. Let me say this, ASK, for all the listeners. Many of us aren't bold enough to get our ask up. So while we have the disproportionate, just a crazy number, it's so lopsided, there's no equality there. But many of us sit back and believe because it's happened for so long, that's just our end-all be-all. And then there are those few that come up and they use their mind, their voice, and their resources to talk about it and learn about it and be the advocate. So many of us, we don't use our voice, and oftentimes we already write ourselves off. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to pursue it. So I'm just going to be satisfied with what I have because it could be worse. So there's a lot of different components and a lot of variables when it comes to that topic.
Excellent. What book would you recommend and why?
Success God's Way is a book that I read early on in my entrepreneurial journey, and I promise you that it helped me. One of my favorite reads ever because it allowed me to be okay with being myself, being authentic, sounding like myself, knowing that I need to refine some areas and different things like that, but I don't have to be anything other than what I'm called to be. So Success God's Way allows you to not focus just on the dollar. You focus on impact, and you focus on things of purpose and of substance, and those things happen. When you do that, the money will come, the wealth will come, the opportunities will come, and you don't have to be the person that's seeking after those things. You're seeking God, you're being in alignment, and those things will come.
Tell us one of the most vital, life-changing pieces of advice that you could possibly share with us.
My dad told me and taught us in our home, some of the best words said are the words never spoken. So I live by that principle that you don't have to respond to everything. A lot of times we don't use wisdom, we don't use knowledge, we don't even have knowledge. We have emotion. We're such an emotionally driven society that everything we think we have to respond to, and everything that we see, we believe it's real, and we buy into it. We get hoodwinked and bamboozled. And, you don't have to say everything, and sometimes you just need to sit back and listen and let things figure themselves out on their own. So I've learned that, by doing so, I don't waste a lot of energy, time, and dollars and all of those things because I just sit back and I don't have to respond to everything. So that's one of the biggest tidbits of advice that I would tell people is use wisdom. Sit back. You don't have to always be the loudest person in the room. Sit back and watch and learn.
What is the one impact you want this interview to give to our audience?
To know that I understand feast and famine, that I've been on both sides of success. I'm married to a second-generation car dealer. We have the 6th largest automobile group in the United States, and I'm so proud of that. But I understand what it takes to maintain that and sustain that, and I was not always where I am. So, I'm a leader and an educator that is on the corporate side of business and the entrepreneurial, the creative side of business. I understand both sides. It's like a dichotomy, it's a caveat of the shared space between, two realities. That's what my life is. So I can relate to the person that has that big dream that wants that multi-7-figure business, that 8-figure business. And I also understand how it feels to have to look at your budget and figure out what can I do myself? What can I learn how to do myself because I can't afford a team? I am real, I'm relatable, and what you see is what you get. And that's why I know that people are connected to me in a way that heals them because I am never a person that's arrogant. I'm humble. I understand the growth pains and the process of building. And I understand what it feels like when you want to bring everyone with you to your next level and you have to be real with yourself and say, you know what, I can't take everyone. So I want people to understand that I live where they live, that I'm real, I'm relatable, and I'm authentic.
Sarita, if you conducted this interview, what is the one question that you would ask yourself and answer that question?
How do I maintain my motivation and enthusiasm and momentum? That would be a question I would ask myself, and I would answer it by saying, I go back to my why. I would tell anyone to go back to their why. Why did you start? And make purpose great again. I have those t-shirts when I do my events, and people think I'm just talking about, purpose-driven, whatever. No, I'm not. What's the purpose behind everything you do? When you're focused on that, you can maintain your momentum. You can withstand the fiery darts. You can undergo and endure the growing pain, all of those things, because you understand that it's a purpose behind it. It's a purpose behind the pain. It's a purpose behind the process. It's a purpose behind everything. And if you focus on your why and keep your end result in front of you at all times, that will help you maintain your momentum, because after the motivation leaves, you have to have discipline. So just make sure that you're disciplined and maintain your momentum that way.
We've come to the part of our interview. It's called the Fun Facts Lightning Round. And I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I'd like you to give very quick answers. If it's something that you desire not to answer, feel free to say pass. Are you ready for the Fun Facts Lightning Round?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm smiling. I'm cheesing. I'm excited.
The last movie you saw?
The last movie I saw was Bohemian Rhapsody.
You relaxed doing what?
Getting spa treatments.
Your favorite singer or rapper?
Michael Jackson and Tupac.
Your favorite dance song?
My favorite dance song. I have no idea. That's a shame. You're going to make me go back and put on some dance music. We could pass on that one.
What food you eat every week, no matter what?
With peanut butter.
And your favorite month?
October. It's my birth month. I have to say that one.
Sarita, thanks so much for joining us on Black Entrepreneur Experience podcast. But before we go, why don't you share with our audience the best way that they can connect with you and to do business with you, and definitely give them information again about the Academy?
Awesome. Thank you again for such an amazing opportunity. This time has been awesome. I believe we had some synergistic conversation today. But if you want to get in touch with me, you can go to SaritaPittman.com. Let me slow down and spell that for you. That's SaritaPittman.com. You can connect with me directly, or you can go to Get Coached Up. That's GetCoachedUp.com. And that's the school. Go in there, and you can email us directly from that website. But if you want to connect with me to get certified, or connect with me to find out more about the professional coaching arena, the marketplace, and how you can dominate in that marketplace, connect with me, SaritaPittman.com or GetCoachedUp.com.
Thank you. That is a wrap.
Thank you for listening and subscribing to Black Entrepreneur Experience. We would love for you to leave a review and rating on iTunes and share with your friends. For show notes and more episodes, go to www.beepodcast.com. Join us next Wednesday, and remember, green is the new black. So keep your bank accounts and your business in the black.